Okay, so now let's get to generation of the sound. We have 11 labs. Also, we have perfect Eastern European weather. This is literally how it looks 70% of the time in here. But yeah, let's get straight into it. The reason why I turn the webcam on is because I'm gonna have a little speech here, so you guys have something to look at. Uh, this is where most of you guys get it like completely wrong. Like you generate the perfect image, okay? Everything looks good. The skin has some texture. It has like good quality. The character looks real. The colors look real. Everything is just on point. The generation is good. Lip sync is good. Everything is just absolutely awesome. And then you completely fuck up the voice because you think it's not important, or you just don't know how to do it. I'm not sure, but the main two things where you guys usually fuck it up is first the character has very bad tonality. So it's not clear when the sentence ended, and it's not clear which words are important. So when the character is talking, it's like super monotone. He's saying everything in the same way, and also it's not clear when the sentence ends. And he's also another thing, he's not taking a breath. You can kind of hear on my voice that I'm having kind of frequent stops where I either go and think, or I want to make sure that you know that sentence ended, or I want to make sure that you know that this part is super important. Okay, I just make sure that you know all of these things. And when you're watching the video, for example, when I'm talking, you can be sure that you are not getting lost in the sauce and you don't know if I'm continuing with a sentence or if I'm not continuing with a sentence, or if something is important or if something is not really important. Because if something is not really important, I just say it super quickly and I just say it in a kind of monotone way. But when something is very important, I make sure that you know it's important. Do you hear the difference in my voice right now? I hope you can kind of notice the difference. So this is the one thing. This is the one huge mistake that you guys are doing. And then mistake number two is not having the voice match how the character looks. Let's say that, for example, I had the voice of a kid and I was talking the whole time like this. Okay, it would not match my body, and you would be thinking that I'm fucking weirdo. Okay, that something's wrong with me. Well, the same goes if you create AI character and the voice also doesn't match. Let's say that, for example, he is 50 years old, but he's using like some 20-year-old hood accent, and at the same time he also sounds like a 20-year-old. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Why would 50-year-old guy have accent as someone from the hood, and why would he have voice like an 18-year-old? Okay, it's just nonsense. So that is super important. And also the voice needs to match the environment. So let's say that here I'm right now in an office with a little bit of echo. You hear the echo and you know that this is not like professional studio. So again, if the guy is gonna be on a TED talk, or if he's gonna be on stage, you know that this is not professional studio and there should probably be echo, okay? Or there are gonna be some cracks in the mic or whatever like that. Then on the other hand, if it's gonna be podcast, the voice is gonna be super clear. It's gonna sound like it's recorded obviously on a studio mic, and it's just gonna sound insanely crisp. So these are the main things that you really need to take care of that are actually good, and that most of you guys always get wrong. And it's usually like what's it's like 60-70% of what's gonna make your video go viral. Like even if you have super good generation, everything looks good, and the tonality is cooked, then you're simply not gonna get views and you're not gonna make money. Okay, so now let's get into the actual generation. So you can create a voice, go into voice design, and whatever the character is, for us, it's gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be 50-year-old American man, confident, speaking on a stage with a little bit of echo, clear and understandable understandable. Okay, you're gonna generate the voice. Wait for it to generate. Okay, so we have the generation. Let me just turn the fucking speaker up.
Good evening, everyone.
Ooh, that's too much.
It's truly a pleasure to be here with you all tonight.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. You know, I've always believed that with a little...
Does this match him?
Good evening, everyone. It's true.
Good evening, everyone.
Low-key, I will generate another one and get back to later. Okay, now let's see.
Good morning, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you all today.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. It's true success lies in perseverance and a little bit of daring.
Yes, this one's good. So we're gonna select this one. We're gonna say old American guy. Yeah. This is gonna be English. Bang and say voice. So now we have the voice. Wait for it to save. Okay, and now we're gonna go to text to speech. And now what you're gonna do is just copy one of my scripts or whatever you wanna do. And now to the script generation. This is also the part where you guys got it wrong, where you guys usually get it wrong because of the tonality. Okay, it just tells me that my focus session ended. Okay, so as I was saying, this is the part where most of you guys just get it wrong, because I don't know if like you don't know how to generate proper tonality or something like that. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna show you exactly how to do it. So you need to generate the script in paragraphs. You can, like, if you want, you can generate a speech and
60% of marriages crumble after postpartum, and most of them start simply because the husband doesn't understand what tissue milk production, sending the last nutrients
you will just wait for this to generate. Okay, and you will just go through
that
the
are left in the
script
system, helping with the her body is
and see if it sounds good. And if you find parts where it doesn't sound good at all, you just need to regenerate them. The way that I like to do it, which takes a little bit more time, but it's probably the best way to do it, is to just generate it paragraph by paragraph. Okay, so we do this, and we have 60% of marriages crumble after postpartum, blah blah blah. So generate it.
60% of marriages crumble after postpartum, and most of them start simply because the husband doesn't understand.
Okay, now we see that we obviously need it a little bit faster, so we're going to regenerate, and this is, by the way, for free.
60% of marriages crumble after postpartum, and most of them start simply because the husband doesn't understand what's happening. And look, I know that sounds shocking, but if you're a husband, please take 2 minutes and listen carefully. Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife.
Okay, so let's say that this sounds kind of solid, but you want something to be a little bit more clear. So you can, for example, put a couple exclamation marks here, and now he's going to be screaming, or like he's going to be saying
60% of marriages crumble after postpartum, and most of them start simply because the husband doesn't understand what.
See, so this already sounds like he's a little mad.
But if you're a husband, please take 2 minutes and listen carefully. Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife.
Okay, so he is saying this in a little bit more aggressive way. What you can also do is just regenerate the last part if you want just this.
Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife.
Okay, maybe this one wasn't really...
Because look, a husband who doesn't understand
also,
postpartum may lose his wife.
You can also use style exaggeration if you want it.
Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife. Chuck me.
Okay.
Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife. So, awkward words in
now he's kind of tweaking. But you get my point, so you can just play around with it. Similarity, you can really exaggerate the style.
Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife. I for accused.
So for example, this sounded kind of good, and it just sounded much better than if it was just some random thing. I mean, if it was just some like random generation with all of the casual settings or whatever. So you can just play around with the script like that, and then once you get one paragraph done, then you're gonna get to another one. So you're gonna get like this one. Again, you're gonna generate this. So you're gonna copy this. You're gonna delete this part. Again, you're gonna generate this, and then delete. Okay, copy. For example, here, copy, delete, and you're just gonna keep regenerating like that. I'm not gonna be regenerating the whole thing. I mean, generating the whole thing because it's gonna take absolutely forever. But let's just create a couple parts that are gonna be good, and I'm gonna get back to. Okay, so the script generation is done, and now I've put it into CapCut, all the 11 Labs parts, and now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna be editing it. Okay, so
60% of marriages.
By the way, 4 p.m. and we almost at dark. Yes, proper weather. Okay, so
That sounds shocking.
so I was generating a lot of parts separately, and I kind of made the script shorter because I honestly don't want to generate the whole script. So let me get back here. So yeah, let's get into it.
60% of doesn't understand what's happening. And look, I know that sounds shocking, but if you're a husband, please take 2 minutes and listen carefully. Because look, a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may
You see,
lose.
so this part was clearly shit. So we're gonna zoom it in. We're gonna cut this part away. And now, okay. And now we're gonna cut this away and put this here.
Listen carefully. Because a husband who doesn't understand.
Okay, let's see.
Please take 2 minutes and listen carefully. Because a husband who doesn't understand postpartum may lose his wife.
See, so I literally spent probably like 20 seconds more, and this is probably like 1,000 times better than the original generation. It literally cost me like 10 seconds. So the ROI on those 10 more seconds that you can do, that you can spend the time on generating, is the difference between you making 20k a month and being average creator making 3k a month. So just keep that in mind. Now,
If you're a husband, please take 2 minutes and listen carefully. Because a husband who doesn't understand postpartum
okay, I'm not gonna do sound effects.
may lose his wife.
Maybe with his wife.
But a husband who does can keep a happy
Let's see.
life. But a husband who does can keep a happy marriage for life.
Okay, very good.
For
Here.
life.
For life. Here.
Happy marriage for life. I've watched relationships survive money problems.
Okay, maybe doesn't really fit there. I'm not sure.
I've watched
Okay,
relationships
because I
survive
did another one. Nice, cool.
life. I've watched relationships survive money problems, distance, even infidelity, but not postpartum. Nanonsrini
Okay,
partum.
and now we get here.
Money problems, distance, even infidelity, but not postpartum. But before you rush to buy her any
Okay,
moringa,
and here's the CTA because I didn't really want to fuck with that too much with the script because my time is limited and I need to do other things as well. Okay.
but before you rush to buy her any moringa, listen up. There are tons of scams happening.
But even though I cut it short, I feel like you get my point with the tonality and everything. Okay. If you don't get my point, then yeah, that's kind of cooked.
Postpartum. But before you rush to buy her any moringa, listen up. There are tons of scams happening right now under the name of moringa. This plant is rare and can only be found in the Himalaya.
Okay,
Name of moringa.
like this. And this could be like, here you should make a cut. If there's gonna be like a big change in the loudness of the character, you should like make a visible cut in the video.
happening right now under the name of moringa. This plant is rare and can only be found in the Himalayas, so it's important to get only those that are ethically sourced and third-party.
So it's not bad to keep a little bit of quiet here, so that when you're going to be doing the Heigen generation, you can actually make a cut, and you can actually make it look a little bit different. You can like zoom it out, like do whatever with the image. So
Moringa. This plant is rare and can only be found in the
you can
Himalayas.
also hear like this plant is rare. Okay, it really gives the emphasis on the fact that the plant is rare. It's not like this plant is rare. Okay, these are just the small things that in real life make a huge change, make like absolutely massive difference. Literally this can be like video with good tonality can be a difference between making absolutely nothing in 20k a month. I'm 100% certain about that.
This plant is rare and can only be found in the Himalayas, so it's important to get only those that are ethically sourced and third-party lab tested in the U.S. I personally like Rosabella's Moringa. Unlike other formulas filled with cheap,
Okay,
the thousands of Amazon in the U.S. I personally like Rosabella's Moringa. Unlike other formulas filled with cheap fillers or capsules, Rosabella Moringa is made from pure Himalayan moringa and third-party tested in the USA for safety and potency.
Okay, by the way, I was generating this part probably like 10 times, not even gonna lie.
In the USA for safety and potency. The thousands of Amazon reviews.
You know, like you just need to play around with all of the settings here and just like put some exclamation marks somewhere and just like, you know, like really like fuck around with it, put some periods, you know, so you can just do it like this and see how it's gonna affect the voice. Just a lot of things you can try to make the voice better, and then just like generate, and you're gonna get one perfect generation. Also, the money on the generation, that's kind of what I didn't explain. It literally doesn't matter. Like in the big picture, spending $200 on subscriptions literally doesn't matter when you can make 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, even 200k easily. Nobody's done 200k yet, but I think it's absolutely doable. And I think it's also because no one's actually trying. So that's probably a reason for that. But yeah, you get my point. So it's literally, it just doesn't make sense to be concerned with paying $200 for a subscription when it literally has potential to make you 20 plus K a month. It's not like 20k once. It's like 20k a month consistently once you learn how to do it. So
and potency. The thousands of Amazon reviews from happy mamas experiencing postpartum speak for themselves. If you want to get Rosabella Moringa for yourself, it's available on Amazon, or you can also check their link on my profile.
Okay, my rise is kind of tweaking. I thought this is a distraction. This is not a distraction. Okay, but yeah, so this would be it for the generation. Now we're just gonna export it, but as audio, and now we can get to generation.